Hi guys, welcome to Death Wizards. I want to say something right off the bat. When reading this scenario, I made a mistake and the way I printed the scenario. We were supposed to add some villagers to this. I didn't have all the villager figures anyway, but there were supposed to be some villagers. That's going to change the outcome of the game quite significantly. So I do apologize for that. I thought it was only during playing advanced mode that you added the villagers, but I was wrong. Some villagers are supposed to be in this game. Welcome everyone to one of the final games of Death Wizards. No worries, we will continue Death Wizards in the future with Rodergast or perhaps a whole new Necromancer and his or her crew. So it's a great game. This is a game by Snarling Badger Studios. And yeah, so let's see what kind of trouble Rodergast gets himself into this time. And for this scenario, Radagast is bringing about 13 rating of undead. We have Rodergast himself. We have a bone giant. We have a flesh golem with some metallic parts and interesting lower torso for sure. And then we have cousin. We have a zombie. We have Lucian the Death Knight. And we have our vampire spawn, Mariska. For the bully heroes, the so-called heroes, we have a ranger and a priest. We have a female warrior. And we have two halfling rogues. And that's approximately the order of activations for them as well. The scenario that I will be playing solo is Assault a City. As your horde grows, so does your demand for fresh meat to keep that horde functioning. The cities of the world are bastions for safety for the living, or so they hope. This scenario's difficulty 12, that was the intro written for the scenario, what I just read. And you can play up to 1 to 4 players. Now I had to set up the board according to the terrain that I have available. It is a little bit different from what is on the map, but it still has the same 4 sections. The tables divide into 4 sections, and that's what we use to kind of set everything up. So the victory conditions is, as always, I have to destroy all heroes by the end of round 5. Any hero remaining, even if it's with 1 durability point, Rodergast loses. And we have some cool rewards for the end of this scenario. I will not be playing the scenario in advance, but I think that there's still enough enemies here to make it pretty challenging, especially those rogues and the priest. So let's see how Rodergast does. All right, moving on to round 1. Rodergast's first activation, he moves forward 5 inches, then we measure the range to the warrior. He has line of sight 14 inches. He prepares a negative bolt, which is 18-inch range, and now he rolls his power dice. The warrior's resist is 6, so I need 6s for successes. I get 2 1s, a 3, and 1 6 for 1 success. We're going to re-roll that 1 success. and I do 7 points of damage to the warrior, from 19 down by 7. Next is 4 rating of undead, so I take the bone giant, which is rating 3. He has 8-inch movement. He moves forward with his giant gate, splashes into the stream towards the warrior. And then I'm going to move zombie, who is 1, rating 1, and that completes my 4 rating for this first necromantic activation. It is the hero's turn, and now the ranger will activate first in the order of activations, followed by the priest. The first thing I do is I roll the AI 1d10. We rolled a 7, 8 inches. So he's going to move towards the closest enemy, which is the bone giant. He moves up by the base of the bridge. And so the ranger has more than enough range to hit the bone giant with 24 inches. Okay. The ranger has offense 8, so we roll 8 dice, and the bone giant's defense is quite high. It's actually 8, so the ranger needs 8. Oh, and I see a crit right there. So the ranger hits the bone giant with 1 crit for a damage of 2. However, because bone giant is nothing but bones, that damage is reduced by 1, and so he only takes 1 damage. And now bone giant has 10 durability, from 11 down to 10, thanks to nothing but bones. And the priest, now seeing the towering bone giant also approaching, moves towards the closest enemy. Now his AI was a result of 2, and being that he cannot fulfill the attack conditions, he's going to move a double move for a total of 12 inches and position himself in between the ranger and the warrior. And that concludes the hero activations for now. We now go to Rotorgas activation 2. I will be summarizing the turn. Rotorgas moves forward 5 inches very boldly towards the stream. Now he activated, and so Bone Giant is within the range for his healing aura. So we're going to roll a d3 and roll the 4. That's 2 points back to Bone Giant, but he only needs 1 point, so you never go above the original amount of durability. So he gets his point back, and he is back to full 11 durability. All right, turn 1 is now over. And we have the warrior who took a defensive stance here as the bone giant advances towards her. Rotorgas on his 3rd activation moves back from the front line back to the corner of the bridge. We have Cousin behind the flesh golem. We have Marishka, who moved on the road during her turn, and Lucian Death Knight, who activates on his own because he's rating 4, moved closer towards the stream. Now we have the 2 rogues who each rolled 1 on their AI, and so the result is that they took cover by those little trees there. So the position is set for some battle this second turn. Turn 2. The way Rotorgas ends this turn with 12 energy. We'll see what he does in terms of spells this next coming turn. Rotorgas moves a little bit forward. This first activation, not his full movement, but he splashes into the stream, and then he prepares a necromantic bolt after saying the foul words, and he will fire it at the warrior. Let's see what happens. Will it hit? Will it hit? Now roll power dice of 4. The resist is 6. We have a 10. We have a 6. Gosh, 2 successes. All right. That's not enough, no. We need 3 for the bonus d6 dice. So we only roll a d10 damage. Another 7. Spell costs 3. And so from 12 to 9, our energy. Bone Giant now activates He moves 8 inches. So measuring from his large base, he moves in between both the warrior and the priest and takes a huge swing. The warrior is defensive specialist, so he goes up from defense 6 to defense 7 because there's only one enemy. So I will need 7s. And repulsed, whenever the warrior suffers damage from an offense, the attacker's within 1 inch. The attacker suffers 1 damage for each natural 1. Okay, 1 natural 1. Okay, now that is 1 damage to the bone giant. However, he's nothing but bones, so that is canceled. Bone giant gets a crit. Very good. And we need 7s. So yes, quite a few hits here. We have 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5 hits with that crit. She only had 5. Can move 1 more rating of undead, and so Cousin runs up the bridge, his little bones clacking as he right up across the bridge, boldly facing against the ranger. Okay, so the ranger has rolled a 10. These are usually more devastating attacks. He can move up to 8 inches, but he's only gonna move 4 inches, and he has 3 targets in sight and in range: bone giant, cousin, and flesh golem. He's gonna attack all 3. Giant Skelly, the ranger's defense is offense 8, and the bone giant is defense 8. So 8 dice. I need 8s. And he has nothing but bones. Okay, so let's see. Looks like a 1 here. Well, he's got a 10. He's got 2 10s, 2 crits. Okay, he's got a 9. Looks like so far there's 6 hits, and that is it. Bone Giant takes 6 hits. However, he's nothing but bones, so we remove 1 hit. So that's 5 hits. 5 damage to the Bone Giant. That ranger has done quite a bit of damage. And next will be the priest. Now the priest has rolled a 2 on his AI. That means he does a cleaning strike. So he rolls his dice. He has an offense 6. Needing 8s. The priest does a crit. God damn, these heroes and the crits. Okay, and that's it. Alright. Very good. Now, the priest has blessed weapons. That's important, which means any crit scores 3 hits, not 2. So that means Bone Giant takes 3 hits. However, because of nothing but bones, he takes 2 hits instead. Rotogas reduces his energy from 9 to 6 to send a necromantic bolt at the damn priest there. Okay, resist of 7. I got 1. Just 1 success. Okay, 1 success means a D10. 5 damage to the priest. So the priest is now down to 9 durability after taking a blast to the face from the necromantic bolt. Yay! Alright, now this is Rotogas' second activation. Now we're going to move on to his minions. Now, Flesh Golem is going to move forward, but because the ranger got a crit on him in the last hit, he is slowed. So he is minus 2 inches, which means he only moves 3 inches, not enough to get into combat with the ranger just yet. And he's about 2 inches away, should be about 2 inches away from the ranger. So, alright, so that's 3 rating, and now Cousin is going to move. And let me see. Now, Cousin was also slowed, but he's much closer, and he has a 6-inch move. So he's good to go into combat, and he attacks the ranger. Cousin has offense 4. Ranger has defense 5. So let's see. Oh, Cousin scores a crit. A crit. Alright. So that's 3 hits from Cousin's bladed book. Alright, so the ranger is going to move directly away from cousin. Now the ranger took 3 points from cousin, 3 points of damage, and he moves to the far side of the building right there and farther away from every model as possible. The first rogue comes out from hiding. He rolled an 8 on his AI, so this is a pretty good attack. He goes 5 inches, then 2, putting him an inch away from cousin. Once the rogue has moved into position, he attacks cousin twice, and he crit is an extra damage for a total of 3 damage for every crit. Oh boy, cousin. So rogues have 9 dice. 9 dice. So he's going to attack cousin. Cousin has defense of 6, thanks to the armory. And oh boy, let's see. Okay, the rogue has rolled a crit, so that is 3 instead of 2. And then 3, 4, 5. That attack on cousin. Slice and dice. Alright, now cousin has defensive 6, so here's 2 hits. Here's a 9. And here's another hit. So a total of 4 more damage, it looks like. Yep, 4 more damage. Plus the previous, and cousin is pretty much done for. No, cousin! Alright, Rodergast is mad now. And the rogue... now we proceed to the second rogue, and this round is almost over. Okay, so the hero's turn is all over. The 2 rogues have moved. One rogue could not fulfill any condition, so he immediately defaults to take cover. So he took cover by the bridge. Now, Rodergast has moved here. This is... he's going to have 1 more activation after this. He moved here. He healed the flesh golem 3 points because of his aura. A golem is up to full 24 durability. Now I'm going to get to move 4 rating of undead. But for his action, since that's like an activation triggered by his actual activation, for his action, he teleported zombie there. Now I allow that as a house rule. Remove from harm. It's supposed to be to remove a minion from harm, but I allow him to teleport slow models that way. The only thing is I can't teleport them into combat. So he has to teleport somewhere where he can't, just jump right into combat. So the zombie jumps right there, thanks to Rodergast. Of course, that costs 3 energy, so Rodergast is down to 3 energy. And now Marishka is going to get to move, and the zombie is going to get to move as well. Okay, turn 2 is now over, and there are a lot of heroes on the board. The priest is very wounded. We're going to see what happens this time around. Death Knight has rushed here. Lucian, he has rushed here, splashed into the stream as his armored skeletal body is trying to reach the priest. Marishka, sensing some blood, is moving toward, also trying to get into the action. She should get into range this turn. And of course, Zombie slapped the priest with a wet clawed hand and did a little bit of damage. And we have the rogue here, the other rogue here, and the rangers way back there after retreating. Now this guy's up to full, and Rodergast ended his final activation right there to be near any energy absorption if he can. Okay, he's going to recharge from 3 to 6 this turn, but he doesn't have a lot of energy, so not a lot of spell power this turn. Let's see what happens. Turn 3! So Rodergast's first activation, I'm going to spend 3 energy. I brought my energy back down to 3 from 6. And that's because if I move closer to that rogue, if I'm 2 inches away, I'm not right now, but if I am, he's going to run backwards that first turn. So I think what I want to do is try to blast him right from here with a necromantic bolt. Now the rogue's resist is a 5, and he has 14 durability, so we got to get these guys down. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1. Okay, well, 1 dice of damage, no bonus dice. a 10. Take that, rogue. So I'm going to move my 3 rating. He is going to move in contact, however, like an inch away. And that's going to trigger his movement backwards 7 inches. Because rogues are slippery fellows. So he's going to go right by that ranger there. That's approximately 7 inches. And so he cowers away. You little coward. All right. And then now I can move one more undead. I'm going to actually activate the zombie. He's rating 1. That completes my 4 rating. And I'm going to attack that priest. He only has offense 3. And priest is defense 6. However, that's it. 1 damage to the priest. Now, priest only has 6 durability. He's been taking a lot of hits. So he is now down to 5. Yay, zombie! Okay, so the ranger rolled a 4 for his AI. So now he has quite a few targets. He will attack the first enemy he can see. The closest one is the golem over here. He is the closest. Ranger has a 24-inch range, so yep, that's what he's going to do. He's going to attack the golem. Now, this is a regular attack, a regular ranged attack. So, Ranger has 8 offense, 8 dice. He needs 8s because my guy's defense is 8. Whoa. Oh, yeah. No, not bad at all. So, we got a 9 here. We got another 9 here. 2 hits. And that's it. Everything else is either a 6, a 3, looks like a 7, another 6. Yep, no other hits. So 2 damage on the flesh golem. Now he was back up to full durability because I healed him a couple of times. So now he goes back down from 24 to 22 durability. Priest rolls a 1 for his AI and he has a shielded stance result. So he's going to move directly away from all enemies and keep away from all enemies and increase his defense by 1. So he goes to defense 7. Oh, you coward. Okay, Radagast is now going to cast spells. He is going to move. He's going to try to move as close as possible to the action because something will die. And he's just going to stay there. While Flesh Golem, now that I do my 4 rating, I only have 3 energy. I want to keep some energy in case I got to do some blocking spells. And then what I'm going to do is... Now, this guy is 7 inches away from that rogue or from the priest. Both of them are injured, but rogue is weaker. I'm going to move him... let's see. 5 inches... and then 2 inches to put him within the 1-inch attack range of the rogue. And I'm going to try to destroy that rogue. Okay, so my flesh golem has 7 dice. The rogue is not going anywhere this time. He has defensive 5. Let's see, he only has 4 durability. All right, there's a 7. Here's a 5. A 6. A crit. A crit. All right, a crit and another 5 for a total of, let's see, what do we have here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 durability damage, and the rogue only have 5. And yes, I can only do 1 more rating of undead. So zombies rating 1. He's only 4-inch movement, but he has the movement, I think. 4-inch movement, yeah. Oh, yeah, it puts him well within the 1-inch. I could even touch base there if I wanted to. Zombie attacks the priest yet again. Priest only has 5 durability. 3 dice for the zombies. Not very strong, but what are we going to do? No crits, but we did get 1 hit. All right, so 1 damage. He is down to 4. Goddamn priest, die! Now the last of the rogues goes, and he rolls on his AI, and he gets a 3, and a 3 is 2 to 5 slice. Okay, so it looks like an attack is coming, and that attack is coming on Radagast himself. because Rodergast is the closest enemy. Ah, your little halfling. Okay, so Rodergast has a defense of 6. The little rogue has 9 dice. God damn. And, 6. Ooh, a 10. Oh, another crit. A 10. Oh, Rodergast, a 9. Jeez. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to Rodergast. However, Rodergast has a trick up his sleeve, and this is why I did not want to use up all that energy. I'm going to use 1 point of energy, bringing him down to 2, so he can use the barrier. Dun, 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 and that blocks that little bastard. There it is. Okay, so Rodergast is going to activate and move to the side here. He's going to get close because he sees a big boy coming, and big boy has an 8-inch range of movement. So big boy with his big base is going to move. He's going to move as best he can. Oh, man, he's going to hit friends. He's going to hit both friends and foes, but I got to do this. I got to do it. All right, let's see. Okay, so Bone Giant's going to attack Priest with 7 dice. Priest still has defense 7, so he needs 7s. Everybody else is going to take half damage, so everybody is going to take half damage. So, oh man, on the one hand, okay, so let's see, 7, so that's an 8. 8, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, 4 8s. Oh, look at that, 4 8s, a 6 and a 6. And that is it, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so that's my 7 dice. All right, so 4 damage. The priest only had 4 durability. Priest is toast, but everybody else takes 2 damage. So my golem there takes 2 damage. The ranger takes 2 damage. And my zombie takes 2 damage. All right. Priest is gone. The ranger only had 2 durability himself. Now he takes 2 damage. So he's at 0 durability. So the ranger does not get to run away after this attack. He would have gotten the chance if he had more durability to actually run away again after the activation was completely finished. And he would have taken his damage. He would have ran. But unfortunately, he doesn't get to run. So both the priest, I thought that was a good way to attack. Both the priest and the ranger are gone, and my other 2 guys take 2 points of damage each. The Bone Giant has saved the day. There's only 1 rogue left on the table. So Rodergast absorbs the priest's energy, but not the rangers. He was a little too far for the rangers, so he now has 5 energy. Okay, turn 3 is now over, and I was really worried about this game, but it looks like we have everything under control. It's going to be a cat and mouse game with that rogue, though, because next turn, he is going to get a chance to run away. Rodergast rolls a melee attack with his staff. He actually gets a crit for a total of 4 damage to the rogue. Now, he has never been hit, this little rogue. So he was at durability 14. He is now at durability 10. Lucian has moved forward even closer. And Mariska is just savoring the time that she can attack. All the minions are going to now surround this little bastard and see if we can destroy him by round 5. Remember, it's not over until every single hero is destroyed. Round 4. Well, rather not round 4. It's turn 4. But I'm excited. I think Rodergast is simply going to move back. And he's going to hit him with a power bolt. Because it's so close to the end. And really, the power bolt, you know, I can do more damage. Now, yeah, let's see. Let's think this through a little bit. So Rodergast is going to do Necromantic Bolt because Draining Wave will do 1d6 damage, and he is in range for Draining Wave, but 1d6 damage to heroes. If I roll really low, that's not going to be great. Now, grasping tendrils will work very nicely, but it costs 5, and that will bring Radagast down to 0 energy. So let's do Necromantic Bolts, the most powerful thing he has for the cost. He now has 2 energy left after a cost of 3, and he will roll his 4 power dice, hoping that he gets a bonus d6. This could end the game. Okay, so he rolls a 10. Now, the resist of the rogue is a 5. Yes. 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 I do get 3 successes, so that's 1d10 plus 1d6 damage. This could be it. Come on, rogue has 10 durability. A 7 and a 6 does it, and the rogue is destroyed with 1 necromantic blast. Maybe not to the face, but yeah, he's just blown apart. Okay, so I like having ranged undead, so I am going to try to raise another archer skeleton. Since my last one was destroyed, he is rating 1, so I need at least a 2. I rolled a 3, and yes, welcome, little archer. He's my new skeleton archer. However, because of this mission, I do get to raise a new undead twice in the post-game process immediately after this mission. Now, this is a one-time bonus. So I get a +1 bonus to all rolls to raise new undead, including heroes. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to roll for another skeleton. This is one of my very own sculptures. I sculpted this guy a couple of years back, and he's well, like 3 years ago. And yeah, so he's gonna be one of my new minions if I succeed. So we roll another d6. I need at least a 2. Come on. He rolls a 4, and welcome, Lizard Man Skeleton, one of my very own handmade figures. That'll be a cool addition to Radagast's crew, and he's kind of big too. Wait, you do not need to roll for any rating 1 or 2 minions during the restore minion step. So I didn't really have to roll for my friend cousin here, so he was really in no danger. Okay, so I'm going to think about the layer impedimenta because I do get a layer upgrade this time around. We are a dungeon now. So I'm going to think about it, and I'll report it in the next episode. Now let's just do the final roll, which is going to be a layer raid by the heroes. Okay, so I roll a d10 and then add the number of story missions since the last assault, which I believe is 2. I'm going to go with 2, so +2. If I reach an 11 or over, then we're bad. We get assaulted. Yep, the layer is assaulted. Holy crap. All right. I think I'm going to roll it this time instead of playing a mission. Let's see. Okay, so 8 rating have to be destroyed. So I destroyed my shadow, my ghost. The very brand new archer that I just got was destroyed in the raid, and zombie. Wow, that sucks. All right, so these guys are out of the picture. That was a good game. I mean, Radagast defeated those heroes rather quickly. And I thought, well, maybe that's not going to be fun for the viewers because, you know, Radagast has been doing pretty well. And it is kind of nice when he's challenged, right? He has to lose some. Then we had that layer assault roll at the post game, and that pretty much balanced things out, I think. Radagast loses 8 rating of undead during that layer assault. So the heroes got back at him pretty good. So he's going to be pretty pissed that final game. There's going to be one final game for Halloween. I will report on the impedimenta that I chose. We'll also maybe do a little bit of narrative. I do want to make some narrative videos where I tell a little bit of the story. I have some plans for Mariska if she survives the next game. I do have a little house rule where we're going to make her into a full-fledged vampire during certain conditions. She is kind of a protege for Radagast. We'll see though, because she may not survive. All right, folks. Thank you. This was Death Wizards. It was a lot of fun. As always, thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great one. More games are coming. Bye now.